NBA 2K20, it is finally time to say goodbye. In my opinion, NBA 2K20 is a top 3 2K of all time, and content-wise, probably the best. Just look at all my different players. You had the offensive threat, the two-way slashing playmaker, you had the playmaking shot creator, and then late in the year, you even had stuff like two-way 3-level facilitators. There was so much diversity in 2K20, and I absolutely loved it. So let's load on to my offensive threat, probably the build that I was known most for, and my favorite build, honestly, all time in 2K, is the 2K20 offensive threat. The build was so fun. So 2K20 was also the first and only year that I ever had a 2K logo. You know, it meant a lot to show that 2K recognized that not only am I helping their game, but that you guys supported me enough to allow this to happen. Now, I didn't hit legend in this game. You see, I finished as an elite too, but if you guys watch my videos in 2K20, you remember almost every video started off like this, me walking around with the ball, doing some animations, telling you guys what the video is going to be about, what build I'm using. Man, 2K20 was fun. That was some really good times. Now let's go spin our wheel for the final time of 2K20. Actually, I forgot you get 2 spins if you're an elite too, so I'm going to actually get 2 spins. Let's see my final 2 spins of 2K20. Let's see if I get double rep. There's no way I'm about to call it. Oh my god, it was close. All right, a Nike item. I got one more spin in me. And it looks like we're not going to get bonus 12 Gatorade, but that doesn't matter. I know you guys can't see it right here, but I have both unlimited boosts and unlimited Gatorade. I got my unlimited boost from the first ever Formula event. I won, got unlimited boost in that. And then I got unlimited Gatorade from the wheels. So I never ever had to spend BC on any of this. It was pretty cool. And let's take a last look at the offensive threat on 2K20. You could get contact dunks. You had Hall of Fame shooting badges with damn near a 93-pointer, a 90 ball control with 96 speed. The greatest offensive build we've ever seen in 2K right here, and it's time to say goodbye. And I don't know if you guys knew this, but this is my tendencies. My offensive threat had tendencies. You guys see every single tendency is at 100 except for driving layup. I had a 0 driving layup tendency to try and get it so I would dunk every time. It didn't work. I'm gonna be honest. I don't really think tendencies mattered, but I tried it on this player, and that's why I feel like it was so good. And now I'll leave you with this. Let's go over the year of NBA 2K20. How it changed, how people adapted, how the game grew, and how, in my opinion, it was a top 3 2K of all time. Now, where else would we start except for the very first week of 2K20? Now, everybody knows the first few days, the first few weeks, the first month of a new 2K is always supposed to be the most fun, and 2K20 did not disappoint. In my opinion, the most fun 2K in history for the first month. You guys see my gameplay. I had a playmaking shot creator, 6'5", and what I used to do was run around screens and shoot greens. It's that simple. I didn't overcomplicate things, and this is my greatest week in YouTube history. Also, the first week that 2K20 was out is when I grew the most. I started uploading a bunch of jump shot videos. I started uploading what this build was, just showing people my gameplay and how I played, and it helped a lot of people get better. I got so much good feedback. Like, look at this, is before anybody knew that hop steps were OP, that I was even going back and slow-moing hop steps on a playmaking shot creator. Because, like I said, this is the 3rd day that 2K was out, so nobody knew, oh yeah, hop steps are OP. Nobody knew about offensive threats. Nobody knew about the behind the back yet. You actually couldn't even get the behind the back on this build yet, because if you guys remember, for the first couple weeks, the behind the back was glitched and you couldn't get it with higher than, I think, an 80 ball control. But they ended up fixing that, and that's when gameplay completely changed, and that's where we get right here. This is about a month after that first gameplay, when not only did I change my jump shot, but I changed all my dribble moves. We figured out Steph Curry was the meta dribble moves. We figured out how to spam the behind the back. And this is when my offensive threat, no, sorry, not my offensive threat, my playmaking shot creator. This is my playmaking shot creator. This is when he was really going crazy. You see, with the behind the back, you were still stunning them with the tight handles. And honestly, This was so much fun. This is still before quick stopping. I don't know if you guys realize this, but nobody knew how to quick stop. Nobody knew how to do any of that while the behind the back was in the game. So just imagine how 2K20 was played with the behind the back and now add a quick stop to it. It would have completely changed everything. But I think this is the first gameplay that I uploaded to YouTube ever since I won Formula, which you guys know was a thing that gave you unlimited boosts and this super cool helmet. This t-shirt was but the helmet was dope. You guys see this guy he couldn't guard me. I absolutely loved 2K20 with the behind the back, especially on this playmaking shot creator. Like right here, I didn't think you could make a better build. I seriously thought there's nothing you can do to make a better build than this 6'5" playmaking shot creator that I have right now that you see me going crazy with. And then I think about a week after I uploaded this video, somebody discovered this build. You guys see my first and only 1 million view video, my offensive threat build video. Now, I wasn't the first to make this build, but I was the first person to upload this build to YouTube. I was the person that kind of popularized this build on YouTube, and this right here is gameplay with it. Now, this is about a week or two after making my build while the behind the back was still in the game. And just look at how impossible it was to stop. You had me being able to do dunks like that and shoot just like my play shot that I just showed you. Plus the tight handle stunning people, it was crazy. And like I just said about on my play shot, this was before anybody knew how to quick stop. Guys, can you imagine this build right here, doing what I'm doing to this guy, but instead of having to do a hezi before I shoot, I can literally just quick stop? It's insane. The behind the back on the offensive threat was so much fun. It was so much fun, but I don't know if you guys remember, they ended up taking it out. Well, if you guys played 2K20, I know you remember. It was around January, the very, very beginning of January, game-changing patch. And honestly, 2K20 was great after that. I loved it with the behind the back, and I loved it after the behind the back. It's actually crazy that a game could make such a drastic change like it did. In the middle of the year, literally the middle of the year, 4 months after it releases, they completely change and take out the most popular move in the game. And what did it do? It only made the game better in people's eyes. They still loved 2K20, and stuff like that was impossible to guard. So there you saw my offensive threat, in my opinion, the best offensive build ever, while the behind the back was in the game. And that's when the next build I'm going to show you really took off. 2K22, what we're playing now, is so fast and feels like how this game was with the behind the back. And that's when this build right here just became crazy popular. The two-way slashing playmaker. Now we have a build just like this in 2K22. It's a two-way playmaker. I think it's going to dominate 2K22 for the rest of the year unless something changes. And this build absolutely dominated 2K20. Because just like there's nothing different between this on 2K22 and 2K20. What do you have to worry about? It was so good offensively that you wouldn't miss. You would get contact dunks. You could speed boost with 99 speed. You gave the ball up. You have the best defensive build in the game. So I don't want to sit here and talk about this two-way slashing playmaker too much, because you guys know what it did, just like I know what it did. But 2K20, man, such a high variety of builds. First, I showed you my playmaking shot creator, which I used all year long. You could use that build whenever you wanted. Then I showed you guys an offensive threat, which I made 1 month into the game. So that build was good all year long, and in my opinion, was the greatest offensive build we've seen in 2K history. And then you have this, the two-way slashing playmaker, probably the best overall build in the game. And then I didn't even show you guys my last build, the two-way 3-level facilitator. So there's 4 guard builds right there that if you wanted to, you could be super elite at, use and win all your games. The variety on 2K20 helped it become one of, if not the greatest 2Ks ever. And yeah, that is basically how 2K20 ended. Two-way slashing playmakers just being the most dominant build in the game. But at the end of the day, looking back, one of the greatest 2Ks ever, one of the most fun 2Ks ever. I will miss this game. I can't believe they're shutting the servers down. But if you guys enjoyed 2K20, you guys had fun taking a look back at this super fun year, please don't hesitate and do me a favor to drop a like, sub if you're new, and I'm out.